Hello, Longhorn.
Hello, Longhorn.
Hello, Longhorn.
Hello, Longhorn. This is a Texas Exes podcast introducing you to Longhorn entrepreneurs and business leaders. I'm Sara Light, and today we have the husband and wife team behind Skelly Build. Diana actually founded the company. Yeah, it is a female-founded construction company. Very cool. She came to the University of Texas and got her BS from Moody College of Communication and PR in 2012. Sean got his MPA from McCombs in 2011, and they met at UT, and now they run a company together. Here is Skelly Build. So one of the things that I like about y'all's story is last year on season 1, we had Ashley Stroud, who owns Plumbing Outfitters. And she went from a nurse to running a plumbing company. I have a girlfriend here in town who was at JP Morgan Chase doing like private wealth, and now she runs a roofing company.
Oh, wow.
And y'all started in like real estate accounting and PR and events, and now you run a construction company.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like knowing you can start doing one thing and then do something completely else. But there's probably always a lot of connective tissues of one to the other. So we start by asking why you chose UT. So I will start with you.
Okay. I think mine is a lot less complex than Sean, so I'm good to start. I was just 18 and talking to my dad about college, and he was acting as my guidance counselor.
Did you grow up in Texas?
I did.
Okay.
I grew up in Colleyville, which is in between Dallas and Fort Worth. And I always knew that college, of course, was what was expected of me, but I didn't really know what that looked like at that point. So I was 17, I guess, and applying for colleges, and my dad said, he gave me a lot of parameters. I want you to stay in state for in-state tuition, and I think you can get into UT, and that's where I want you to go. And I was like, okay, great. Like, I need some guidance here, because I think whenever our kids go through that process will be a lot maybe more helpful with options. But my dad was like, this is a good option for you. It's a great school. So I applied. I was not the top 10%. So I got accepted to the summer program at UT. And as soon as I received the letter in the mail, we were like, great, this is going to be exciting. And I was ready to leave Colleyville. So I went to the summer program and took a couple classes, and we actually met my first day of college.
I was going to ask if you guys met at UT.
We did.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we met my first day of college.
Really? Here?
The first day I came to Austin.
Where did you guys meet? Like,
we met at the KA house.
Okay. So it was a party.
Yeah, it was a party.
Do you know what the theme was?
No.
New to college and confused at what was going on, but having a great time and going with the flow, I think, was the theme.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
And you did PR.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So at first I did not have a major, but I was in the communication school, and then later I declared PR as my major.
Okay. So Sean, why did you choose UT?
So I had a lot of influence from my parents. So my dad was a surgeon, and he went to Washington Lee private school for undergrad, and then he went to Baylor College of Medicine in Houston. And those are both private institutions. And when he got to Baylor College of Medicine, which was a great school for medical school, he had buddies that he grew up in Houston, and he had buddies who went to UT, and they had a blast, and it was warm, and it was fun, and they had a football team. And
Good education.
And they ended up in the same spot. So he's like, why did I go freeze my tail off at a private school, costing a lot of money when I could just go have a lot of fun in Austin and enjoy football? And so from a very young age, I was a UT fan. And I was in the top 10%. I only applied to UT. I got in, and I got into the business school. And so that made it really easy. He pushed me away from medicine. He wanted me to be more into the business. Like his dad was an accountant. And so I was very influenced for a very long time to go to UT and get into the accounting program. And so that was my influence from I can remember.
So where did y'all live freshman year?
Okay.
Chester West.
Yeah.
I lived at the all-girls dorm.
Oh, yeah. You were at...
Scottish Rite or Hardin House?
No, the other one.
There's two,
No,
right?
there's
They're
Hardin House.
Kinsolving.
Kinsolving, that's
Okay.
where I lived. Again, had no idea what I was doing. Applied super late. Still had a great time at Kinsolving. But yeah, I lived at Kinsolving during the summer, and then I moved to Dobie.
Yeah. And were y'all involved aside from sorority and fraternity?
At UT?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was involved from a business school standpoint. I mean, Jester West was right across from the business school, and so I was very active there. And then Gregory, I was very into sports. And the basketball pickup games were phenomenal.
Pickup games.
Oh, were they epic?
They were so good, especially when the athletes showed up.
Would they?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Like some of the actual basketball players?
And football
Oh, really?
in the offseason. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
Did you feel like you could compete?
No.
No. Okay.
No, not at all.
But it was fun to be with them.
Yeah, it was fun to play against them. I mean, we had some guys who were pretty good, but you can't compete with talent like that.
Well, you shouldn't be able to, right?
Yeah,
Because
no,
that's their expertise.
You can't.
Right. I was expecting you to be like, I could take them.
I think
I
you might
can
say
take 'em.
that if we weren't on a podcast.
I'm passionately confident.
Sean is like one of those guys that is good at everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like not professional athlete level good,
Right.
obviously.
And then what did you do, Diana?
So I really was just involved in the communication school, but then I mean really just primarily Zeta. I was on all the committees, like every year I was on different committees, and then I also did, babysitting to make extra money just like all of us did at that age. So I always had a job, and then I was pretty involved in Zeta and on different committees every year.
Y'all had a good house. I think when I first
It's a beautiful
drove
house.
through, I was like, I want to be a Zeta because I like the house.
Yeah, it's a beautiful house.
It's a good house.
We've actually done construction for them.
Have you?
We've worked. It's like full circle.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, so what did you guys think you were going to do? So, Sean, you got your CPA in that 5-year
Yep.
program. So you thought, I'm going to go do this.
No.
No.
I've always known I've wanted to be an entrepreneur and run a company and own a business and manage people since I can remember. I mean, I did different businesses when I was in high school. Nothing complex or anything to brag about at all. But I always knew I did that. And I did the internship and I just am not fit out for corporate America in a lot of different reasons. I don't like rules. I don't like to follow procedures, but I like to make them.
Sure.
And so I knew I was not going to be a good accountant for a public accounting firm. But that was the track I was on. And I knew accounting is such a good background for a business owner. And so that was why I was in getting my CPA. And I worked really hard for my CPA and I got it. And I still have it today, even though I've never actually been an accountant.
Okay. So what, did you immediately go into real estate?
I went into finance.
Finance?
At Dallas. And so
Okay.
I worked for a business valuation transaction advisory firm. But my real estate started actually while I was in college. So I got my real estate license as a freshman here. And so
did you sell like apartments?
yes.
It's such a
Sales,
good way to make
lease.
money in college.
So I made a lot of money in college just with the network that we were in.
Yeah,
Her
you
friends, my
did, yeah.
friends, a couple of people I helped buy properties. And at that age, that's a lot of money. And that fueled my entrepreneurship, like making a lot of money for myself, not having, working when I wanted. And so that kind of, again, played to my future and not my corporate America path.
Okay. So Diana, what did you think you wanted to do?
Cool. So,
You did like events, right?
Yeah. So after I graduated, I worked for a company that I had interned for, and I did event planning for nonprofits.
Was that the Jennifer
JHL,
Stevens, who's a
yes.
Longhorn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I worked there. I planned a few really large events. And I think I was given a lot of responsibility pretty early on, which didn't feel like overload at the time.
Yeah.
But I was working a lot. And so then I had another opportunity come up through a past connection. He also went to UT, but his name is Hillstroop. He graduated,
Who knows?
I don't know, 50 years before me. He's wonderful. And he part owned a title company.
Okay.
And I worked there for a while, and I did marketing at the title company. And then I went to work for a construction company. And about 2 years into that, like Sean and I started having serious conversations about me starting my own business.
Okay,
because
what like it does not feel like a natural thing to go from working like big lavish parties to then being at a construction company. And
Yeah.
so like I understand you were at a title company, but then even go into a construction company. Where was the decision in there?
I think, like you said at first, there was a lot of intertwined skills.
Okay.
Like there was a lot of crossover with skills. So I always describe it like with JHL, I was planning the events like by every 5 minutes, right? Like I would create a program for the day or for the 2 days event, and it was every 5 minutes. And construction translates into that with project management.
Yeah.
So I did love events, but I do think a lot of event planning can transfer into construction. Like there's an order of events, there's an order things have to go. You have to communicate those really efficiently and effectively.
Yeah.
So that crossed over. But no, I did not have any construction experience. Like I did not have any traditional experience in that world. I mean, I was 26. No, 25.
You were
I'd like to add
25.
some context.
Okay.
If I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the first question you asked her is what did she know she was going to be an entrepreneur? And I knew because
When I was 18, the first moment you said
no, I didn't know then.
At the KA party.
Yeah.
I went to one of her events, and it was actually when the big highway opened, 130,
I-30?
yeah. And
It was
she
through
was
JHL.
barely out of school, and she was obviously low on the totem pole there.
The lowest.
But at every event, up to the event, there's just issues and there's problems, and people aren't showing up, and the cake's not getting delivered, or whatever the problems are, right?
It's not
the
a
balloons
birthday
aren't
party.
showing up, or whatever it may
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
And I was there, I was watching, and she just took control instantly. She was handling all the situations that were coming up. She was being asked what to do. She was very good on her feet, making decisions. And so it was very obvious from that point on that this is a leader, and it was kind of getting her to see it too. And I think she always knew it, but it was very obvious being super young, lowest person there, but taking control and making decisions. And that's what you need as a leader.
I don't know why it sounds so wild, but it seems just so different to be like, yeah, go start your own PR company and slowly get your clients versus go start a construction company. And maybe that's just because I don't understand the world, but at that age to be like, go start a construction company as a 25-year-old, that sounds crazy.
Like we're not scared of risk.
Yeah.
Okay.
The opposite.
Like
So you're risk takers.
that.
Yeah.
And I think, while we were talking about it, it didn't feel that crazy. Like it felt like I had learned a lot of aspects of the business. I felt really confident in what I was doing. I had touched a lot of the business by the time that we started talking about me starting my own company. Obviously not everything, right? Because business ownership is indescribable, like until you do it. But it felt like a good next step. And I don't think I was that scared. I don't remember being that scared. I remember just waking up every day and being like, this is what I have to do today. Like I have to start getting business. How am I going to do that? How am I going to start making money? I think it was just like the confidence to do it, and it's okay to fail.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to the network too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to be a successful business owner, you have to have a great network.
Yes.
And that comes from all aspects of life. That comes from, school to friends of friends to business acquaintance along the way to past, your network is infinite. And if you can make a transition in your life and become an owner and spread the word, then opportunity comes.
Yeah.
And that's how it starts.
And y'all came up with a name just because you decided to use part of your last name?
I don't want to talk about the name.
I know. Yes, I did. I decided to use part of my last name. I actually sat there with one of my good friends from UT, and she helped me come up with the name, helped me come up with the logo, and helped me build the website, Kat. I mean, she sat there with me and did all of that. I'm not an overthinker. And I think that's part of why, and Sean's not either. Like, there's a lot of gut instincts that come with business ownership. Otherwise, you don't move forward. And I think that's a big thing for us is like we're very quick decision makers, and we're also okay with making mistakes and not repeating them. So I think like everything moved pretty quickly because I was willing to have it move quickly. Like we decided on the name that day.
Okay.
That was it.
And then you moved on. And then with Sean, were you hired number 2?
So I was
I
involved.
don't know if Sean was ever hired.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just always been there.
A contract for Sean.
There's not. I was involved because she landed a pretty big job, and it was in Travis Heights, which is a nice neighborhood here,
Sure.
historical homes. And I was with her on site,
Yes.
and we were kind of doing the project together. I was doing the real estate side. She was doing the actual construction side. And it became very obvious that, you know, the finances were not written down. And to me, that was like, okay, well, we need to help here because the job's big. And we're a fixed price builder, which means we're going to tell you what it costs before you start the job.
Okay.
Versus cost plus, which is we think the job's going to cost this. We don't know. We'll charge you this fee as the project moves on, and we're not sure where it ends. So we're kind of more, this is what it's going to cost, and that's what you're going to pay us. And in that model, you have to be very organized on the finances, right? Because you have to make the money in that number.
Right.
And so for me, it was very obvious that she just needed some help on that side. And so that's when I started getting involved, was just with an Excel spreadsheet. And that was it for that job.
I think, you know, I talk about this a lot, and Sean knows this, but like the fact that, you know, Sean was there and I had this amazing resource he's now the CEO of the company, and he's, you know, been integral in growth, is very lucky.
Yeah.
Like, it was very lucky because that was a huge missing component. Like, I don't have that in my brain.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do that. No.
And I think, you know, the older we've gotten to, the more we've realized, which we have very different strengths, which has also worked out nicely within this company. But we've really realized to like stay in your own lane, and you cannot be good at everything. And Sean read this book a couple of years ago that I also read called Who Not How. And he's definitely the who for the business. And he started with that. And then now he's growth and operations and all that stuff too. But
what's like a day in the life for y'all?
Well, mine's a little different now. A lot has changed.
Okay.
So as you were mentioning earlier, I had 4 kids in 5 years. And we're now out of that chapter of our lives. Like, we're done having kids.
But let's take a pause on that. Y'all together. I hate that, like, people always say, like, I'm like, y'all together grew a company.
Yeah.
And had 4 kids.
Yeah.
And have successfully grown the company. Yeah. Like, y'all were on the Longhorn 100 and all of that. Like, you're growing. Like, y'all make it happen.
Yeah. I think Sean and I are extreme in a lot of ways. We're like, oh, we don't want 1 kid, we want 4 kids, you know, and like we can handle it and it's fine.
I would say it goes back to our theory of who, not how. So in this mindset, you have most people ask, how am I going to do this? How am I going to achieve this goal? Well, that's actually not the right question. It's who can help me achieve this goal? And if you just change that simple statement, you start realizing that it's not you, it's actually a team. And so that's, to me, the success of our company. It started with each other. She was my who and I've been her who. And then we have since then grown with other who's to get bigger and better and have our company just be successful. And we can get into as many details as you want, but that's really where it started. It's really the who, not how.
What are you as a company really good at? Like, what is Skelly Build's
so what we try to do every day is provide a great client service in construction, which is actually very hard to do. Everybody's got terrible stories about their GC and renovations and costs and communication and all that. So that's what we try to do. And to do that, you have to have great who's, great systems, great processes, great people who can make decisions on the spot. And so that's what we've created. We've created a company that communicates well, you know what you're going to pay, you know the timeline. And if we can handle that through people and a technology platform, then we've provided a great service.
So like when somebody is shopping around, like what should they be looking for when they're looking for a construction company or a general contractor? Yeah,
so I'll have to drop this.
There's so many.
Our core purpose.
Because like we don't know. Like I think a lot of us, or at least the first time, you go in blind.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
our core purpose is caring for people in their spaces, which means a lot as a construction firm because I think care is left out in a lot of GCs. And so because we've done our own renovations, because we've been through it, we've taken that care into what would we want to be treated like in the construction experience. And so that's what we've essentially built our company on, which is a clear timeline, communication, what price am I going to pay? How long is this going to take? Like it's literally
signing off on change orders, a technology platform.
Yeah, it's
emotional support.
Yeah.
They do that, yeah.
And if we set expectations correctly and then we do what we say, we've given a great experience to a client. And so that's what we do is we provide the best experience we can because that's what we wanted as if we were the client.
That's cool.
And I do think, you know, from a basic level of just anything like in a consumer market, like you're saying, is you get what you pay for, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're getting multiple quotes and you're seeing that one is way lower than the other one, like inquire as to why.
It's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
Because construction is very expensive and people are typically, if they have not done it before, they're surprised by the initial estimate. That's very common. But like you do get what you pay for. There's A+ subs, there's A- subs, there's A subs, there's F subs, you know, and then there's going to be F communication or whatever. But like there's different grades and levels of everything, just like there's organic apples and inorganic apples. Like it's very basic.
Yeah.
But a lot, you know, it's hard to understand like when you're just in the estimating phase, but there's a lot of differences between construction companies.
Yeah, and I would add that even during pre-construction, right? You call a company. Do they call you back? Do they have a website? Do they have reviews? Right? Those are all signs.
Is there more than one person you can get in contact with?
Did they show up on time to the meeting? Did they take notes? Did they take measurements? Did they say they were going to get you a proposal in 2 weeks? Did they do that? Did they not do that? Like, there's a lot of signs in construction before you even get to a contract. Is this contract a fixed price number or a cost plus number? Like all of these elements of just, you know, common sense of evaluating a business happen in the GC world. One of the number one reasons, and I don't think is for divorce is renovation. I kid you not.
It's
very
true?
stressful.
It is very,
It is very stressful.
Yeah.
It's hard to do, especially if you live through it and you get rid of your kitchen. Like
and it's typically like the largest cash amount that they've paid towards anything ever, like including their mortgage.
Well,
yeah, but even their mortgage, they put whatever percentage down, and a renovation is normally cash.
Yeah. So we struggle with losing to GCs.
We don't like losing.
We don't like losing, but our box is like, we're going to give you a great experience.
Yeah.
You're going to know where everybody is every day. You're going to get updates. We have a technology platform. You're going to see what you're going to spend. And if you want to be in that box and pay a premium for that service, great. And a lot of people that have gone through it will do that.
Goals moving forward, y'all just want to continue to build and do good work?
Yeah, our big goal is to be the #1 custom builder in Austin.
Okay. What defines that? Like really, what defines that?
Revenue.
Okay. Because, you know, you see people in like magazines and ads, like we're the #1, but what does that mean?
Yeah,
so you want to be the most revenue.
Custom, yeah, in the custom world.
Custom world.
Yeah, I mean, we're not spec builders. We don't develop neighborhoods. So this is, you know, one-off clients that are building their forever home or renovating.
Yeah, we say we work with a lot of families in transition, like very similar to us, right? Like families adding children, families moving, families downsizing, like families. It's a lot of family growth and change because they need spaces that cater to how they're living.
So going back to your time at the University of Texas, what are some of the small moments that now still like resonate as the big moments? And I mean that by like, what are some of your favorite just, you know, memories? And they don't have to be these huge moments like when I graduated.
I mean, obviously meeting my wife.
Yeah, that's a good
moment. One. Lives with me every day.
We talk about it a lot.
What?
Because we actually just celebrated our 10-year anniversary and we sat there and like kind of talked about, I mean, Sean and I have had a lot of milestone moments. Like we have been, first of all, we were very lucky to find each other super young. And then we're very lucky that we work together so well. Like obviously there was a period of transition because people always ask, well, what's it like working with your husband? There was a period of transition where it was like a little bit more tense, and now it's not tense.
Because we're both like
very type A.
Right.
Yeah.
Both think we're right. Both confident. I would say being in the business school was a massive thing for me. I mean, understanding business from a theory standpoint, I've used every day in business. We were here during the Colt McCoy era, which was amazing football. Time, and so
that was fun.
A lot of football game memories, a lot of celebrations around that. Going to the national championship, even though we lost, was an awesome memory.
Not knowing what a sorority was before I came to college, and then getting so like immersed in that culture was a big part of college for me. Like I still talk with a lot of those friends every day.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all, the transitions of life that we've all gone through together is really cool.
Yeah.
And I think in college, like when you enter college, everybody's so willing to be friends with everybody, which is such a cool time.
Yeah.
Like it's like no other time in your life where you just want to make connection. And I think that's really special. And I think,
yeah, it's the biggest thing. If you come to college and you don't make friends, I'm not going to say like but that's your biggest opportunity.
It is.
The education is there, but it's those friendships that you make that I think is
interesting that you say that. I totally agree with
I
you.
mean, you're going to get the education, but if you don't take advantage, the interconnectedness in ways you won't even know.
Right.
Like, oh my God, we both were in that class together. What was y'all's favorite place to go grab food around campus?
So mine was Trudy's, number one.
Yeah. What
And
was your
then-
order?
Oh my gosh, Mexican martinis.
Okay.
Really great.
And the
Can't handle one of those anymore.
and the fried avocados. They
Yep.
were great. And then Fricano's is a sandwich shop,
yeah.
which was was east on like Speed. I don't remember where
loved
it was.
that sandwich
East
shop.
of Guadalupe.
Okay.
And I think it moved into one of the new big buildings, but I don't think it made it through COVID.
Okay.
Is what my understanding of Fricano's is.
We also did do the sushi restaurant under towers a few times.
Yeah.
That was questionable.
That was scary.
Oh, yeah.
That was scary.
In addition to those, Trudy's, obviously. God, where did we like go on our date nights? Was it Trudy's?
We did the movies a lot. So one of my unique things of wooing her was actually to go to the movies. Seriously.
Like Alamo
Like I
Draft
dated.
House? Okay.
Yeah. Like I liked to
He
do
actually
dates.
took me on dates.
Well,
It was
that's
nice.
cute.
And even
It
to
was
this
nice.
day, we do at least one date a week with 4 kids.
And you plan it.
Forever. Oh, God.
No, I plan it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
But
a
I
lot
make
of
sure it
times it's not
happens.
super
Yeah.
planned, but we make sure we show
Make
up.
sure it happens. I mean,
That's nice.
In life,
It's
that is so
huge.
important.
It's huge.
I mean, and then do you have a rule where you don't talk about business while you're on the date?
no.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. Thanks for
for
being
having us.
business members. Congrats on making the Longhorn 100 list. I think it was like 2 years ago.
We're going to make it again.
You're going to
soon.
make it again. I know last time I saw you, you said we're going to make it again,
We
and I
are.
believe you. So you'll make the 2027 list is what you're
Yes.
saying. And yeah, hook 'em horns.
Yes, hook 'em.
Thank
Hook 'em
you for
horns.
having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.